Hey, gentlemen, it's Moose. 500
Well,
episodes. Wow. What a
hello everybody.
milestone. And y'all saved me
It
so
is
much
Chubs
time. You
Gone
watch
Wild
all the TV
episode
shows, so I don't even have to turn the TV on
504,
every week.
recorded on
I so
July
appreciate that.
24th,
Keep up the good work, guys. Bye-bye.
2023. I was trying
Hello,
to do a little
Chubby's
talky
happy
smelly there, but you
500
know what? He's such an original.
anniversary.
Well, it just
Okay,
distorted, so it doesn't matter anyway.
that's what you told me to
Okay.
do.
Well,
Yeah.
then I did a good
Good thing, man.
talkie.
Hello, Matthew and Tom. I wanted to
All right.
congratulate
It
you
is
both
currently
on
98
500
degrees
episodes,
and clear.
500
Chubs
wonderful
Gone Wild
shows
Remote Studios, where
of
this
Chubs
morning,
Gone
like
Wild.
this morning,
I don't
was
know if
a
this
beautiful
is your last
autumn
show
day,
or if you guys are just taking a
and
break,
I've been hearing
but either
from
way,
random
I
people
wanted
all
you
around the
to
world,
both
including
know
our
how much
Mr.
I
Moose,
really
that they
appreciate
feel like putting
all
up
the work and
Halloween
thought that you put
decorations.
into these 500 shows.
It's
And
very
I want to
weird.
thank you for creating
It's
all the
very
wonderful content that you did
something's
and you
going
have so
on.
far. I look forward to seeing what's
Okay.
next for both of you. If this
It
is
is
the last show,
42 days away
if it's
per
just a
day,
break,
70
yay for
days
all
till
of us.
Canadian Thanksgiving,
You guys have been a
99
constant
until Halloween,
source
but
of
somehow it feels
inspiration and laughter for me.
almost here.
And when I have trouble sleeping
And
at
it's
night and I'm listening
155
to your
days until
podcast, I
Christmas.
go
Yay,
right to sleep within 15
Christmas.
minutes. No, that's not to say
And let's talk for a
that
moment about
you
our
guys put me to
Halloween
sleep. It
contest,
means that I find both of your
because
voices
since
very
everything
relaxing and
we've talked
calming,
about so
which
far has
allows
been
me to
all
go to sleep. And
Halloween,
if you know my history of not
anyone
being able
that
to
sends
sleep,
us anything, email, a
you would know
Facebook
that's a good
message, a
thing.
comment, a voice
On another note,
message,
when I do fall asleep, I get
send
to
us lunchbox
re-download it
pictures,
and listen to
and you
where I
will be
left
entered
off.
into our
And so each
Halloween
one of your shows
extravaganza
lasts me about 3
contest.
nights.
And
So that's pretty cool,
well,
huh?
let's just
I'm
say
getting
that
the
I'm
most for my
still
mileage.
stacking up things to
The
put
biggest
in
buck
that
for the
Halloween
bang.
package. So
thank you
wanna
both very
get
much.
your entries in.
All jokes
Ooh,
aside,
yeah,
I
we're gonna
want
put some
to
Old
let you know
Spice in
that
there. Ooh,
I
yeah,
know
there's
how much it
real
takes
scary stuff going on
to do
there.
what you guys have been doing 500 times.
Patreon.
And
I want to talk to a moment
don't think
about
that
Patreon.
you get told enough how much it is
Patreon
appreciated
offers folks a way to
and how
support
much we
creators and
value
receive rewards not
everything that you
open
put
to the
into these
general
shows.
public, like special podcasts,
Thank you, thank you,
videos,
thank you
and
so much for 500
more. And we want to thank
wonderful
our current
shows.
patrons,
Well,
Clint, Nephi,
there was that
Nick,
one that was
TJ,
just,
Sausage from
I don't know, you guys must have been having an
Sonoma,
off day, I don't know.
Eric, Sean,
Anyways,
Charles,
love you both.
Native, Phoenix Dave,
Can't wait to
Kingsley,
see what's
and
next.
Rose Faith.
And if it's just
And
a break,
if you would like to become the 11th member of our
then
amazing
have a drink and lots of sex while you're on this break.
collection
Love you both.
of amazing people.
Congratulations on
supporters,
500
please
shows.
visit Patreon.com.
Oh, and this has been Michael Sage.
And find out how you can be a member for just $1 a month. Minimum, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today was a big day in history because on February 8th, 1587 is really, does it look like this is February 8th? It may feel like it, but it is not. I think that was a big typo on their part, but let's see. Mary Queen of Scots was beheaded for treason. Her son, King James IV of Scotland, calmly accepted his mother's execution, and upon Queen Elizabeth's death in 1603, he became King of England, Scotland, and Ireland.
Wait a minute. So she was beheaded.
Yeah. Mary Queen of Scots was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And her son accepted his mother's execution upon the Queen Elizabeth's death. Who's Elizabeth now?
Oh, so Elizabeth, Mary was supposed to be really, she was supposed to kind of be the main person, but Elizabeth's father, it wanted Elizabeth. It's anyway. So Elizabeth was the queen. Mary always said, "It's me. It should be me." And Elizabeth said, "Oh no, girl, no, it ain't." And so then, when Mary was beheaded, Elizabeth was the virgin, quote unquote, queen. So she didn't have any kids. So Mary's son took over.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So, but I'm looking up at the thing here.
Not the thing.
The day in history, today, the 24th, that told me that that was the day, but it was not. I'm not seeing it now. Oh, there it is. Yes, she was deposed. 1562. Did it really say? Did it really say? Oh, fucking little fucking. But anyway, I don't know. But for some reason, it said February, which was really weird. Moving on. So, well, that's kind of our education system. Just pretend that you're in Florida and you don't know what the hell's going on. But today's
They
after.
don't have ads, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's about Britain. We don't care.
Mm.
So this is Monday. People, meditate with me. I now arise from the negativity of the past. I am free to live a new life.
Wait, that's it?
Yep, that's it. Doesn't say I have to, it just says I'm free to. So, well, whatever. All right. Well, let's see if we celebrated any holidays. Every once in a while we tend to do. It's Amelia Earhart. She's a relative of mine, you know. Very distant.
Of course, everybody seems to be.
I know. Apparently my family fucked everywhere. Anyway. It's also Cousins Day. They're identical cousins. Yeah. Oh, my long lost cousin Christy, who has ignored me and shut me out for the past I don't know how many years, accepted a friend request of mine from a long time ago on LinkedIn. So I guess
Ooh,
she's
you
still
guys,
alive.
yeah,
Yeah.
look at that. LinkedIn.
Celebrated Cousins Day. It's also National Drive-Through Day.
What? Drive-through?
Drive-through? Yeah. Do you remember those?
Yes.
Oh, did you do a drive-through?
No, not today. I was thinking about doing it, but then I didn't.
Yeah.
I know. If I would have known, I would have done it.
Right. Oh, speaking of drive-throughs, well, actually, it's not a drive-through, but I'll tell you anyway. There's a little Hawaiian restaurant down here by us, by the Safeway,
Okay.
and it's a chain type place, I guess. So we went there yesterday, and it was awful. I mean, everything was a big blob of tasteless buh.
What was the name of the place?
Oh, I don't luau. I don't know. But it's a chain one. You'll see it if you go by there. The only thing that was good was their macaroni salad. It was the best macaroni salad I think I've ever tasted in my life.
L&L Barbecue?
Was a waste.
L&L Hawaiian Barbecue?
Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
sure.
And what did you order?
I ordered the chicken combo, which came with a few pieces of chicken, which was not horrible, but it was like just kind of stringy and tasteless. And it came with a big blab of cabbage leaves, and rice with nothing on it, and that lovely salad.
Yeah, that's normal Hawaiian food.
Yeah, well, they need to spice. They need to add some salt. They need to do something because
Next time, get the katsu. It's
I really
pounded.
like cat though.
It's pounded chicken, and then breaded and deep fried.
Okay. Oh, well, that sounds good. Maybe I'll try if I decide to go back there because it was like $15 a plate and did not
Yeah,
include
and the
drinks.
rice, they always throw on 2 scoops of rice. I don't know why. I guess it's tradition, but at least throw some gravy or something on them.
Well, right, or give you some like teriyaki or I don't know something. But and then they got Clint sort of wrong, and he got some sort of pulled pork type stuff, and he was just like, nope. Anyway, tell an old joke. Trump. Oh, sorry. Tequila. No tequila today. Okay. National Thermal Engineer Day. Did you do that one?
It's underneath my balls. It feels like there's thermal heat there.
Oh, okay. There
Yeah.
you go. Get out in the pool and have Sean just hose you off, right?
If I'm in the pool, he doesn't have to piss me off.
Okay. And also, it's National Pioneer Day.
Ooh, Pioneer Chicken.
I don't know them.
Yeah, there's only a couple in the world anymore, but it was the best.
Oh,
Best.
Whataburger. Have you ever had a Whataburger?
Yes.
Okay, so they're opening in Las Vegas.
Okay.
I know, but you know what? One step closer to home. Pretty soon they'll just spread out here, and we need some Aldi's to spread out here. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the holidays. The holidays. I wonder if this is X Day. If it will be like next year on the holiday site, it'll be like, oh, on this day 1 year ago, Twitter became X. Ooh. Everybody will be like, what was Twitter?
No, they're probably going to be going, what is X?
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, where are you going to watch your porn? Where are people going to go for porn? They're going to have to pay for it again?
Oh, speaking of, did you see that as soon as they announced that Twitter was becoming X, they deleted the X videos account for xvideos.com.
Oh, okay, I can see it.
Their porn the porn account. I was like, that's pretty fucking shady of you to do.
Well, they need the name. They don't need two people, two different.
It's X. I mean, what could you be more bland? I don't know. Whatever. I'm getting so tired of these social media war things. All right. Well, next up we have birthdays. There better be some good ones. Happy birthday to Elisa. Okay, we'll go with that. Mitchell and Molly. Her name is Molly. And also happy birthday coming to Sebastian and Clinton, Chase, that Jam and Joe, fabulous DJ and all around awesome person. We have Josh. In memoriam, we have my Uncle Mark, who passed away this 5 days after my father's funeral. It's very sad. Also to Eric and Bradley, Ralph, and author Nicola Cameron, author Melanie Fletcher from that Don't Quit Your Day Job. We've also got Rodar, Tom, who we met in Vegas with his husband Nate. Also, yeah, also author J.C. James, Neil, Max, and Shelley, author L.D. Blakely, and we got Penny, who is from the Caravan, the Corey Hart Caravan. That's what we call ourselves, the Corey Hart Caravan. That's right. All right, what we got up next? Well, it's time to jump into the feedback and take a bunch of this. Sean wrote in and said, saw the new Indiana Jones movie last week, enjoyed it overall. Not the best indie movie, but its heart was in the right place. I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, it's good.
Yeah. Also, Sean wrote in and said, not a horror movie, but Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds really freaked me out at the time. Truly eerie vibe. Haven't seen it since that first viewing, so not sure if it holds up. Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Which one was that?
Tom Cruise.
Oh, I will agree with that. Not that it was scary, but yes, it was very bloody and ugh. It did. It just left you wanting to take a shower. So yeah. Ugh. Anyway.
Okay, I'm not sure what that reference is from, but
Do you
okay.
remember when he was in the where they were basically pulling people up and then like
Yeah.
sitting through the ruler and the blood was going everywhere and then they were spraying the earth with blood to propagate their own to their own plants and things like that?
No, I don't remember that.
Ugh, it was nasty. Anyway, but yeah, I totally get that. All right, so we do have some chub hugs we want to send out. And I'd like to start with DJ and Billy, DJ Star Sage. Their cat was 19 and been through a lot, and she finally passed away. So that was very, very sad. She was very loved. And also on a good note, I'd like to send a big chub hug out to Shafina, my friend, who has been over in the Israel and has sent me organic dates. Ooh, it has sent me some Pakistani and meat spice. It's very, very cool. And some, sure, this is organic date paste.
Now, when you decide you don't like that meat seasoning, I'll take it.
It smells so good. So I don't know, but you know what? She did send me 2 eggs. So maybe I will share with my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, if Clint doesn't want it, then think of me.
I was waiting for it. I was like, that's a setup line if I ever heard one. All right. How about you? Chub hugs?
I'm sending chub hugs out to all the people who are getting the heat that just left us in the Midwest and in the East.
Yeah.
It's all coming your way, people. Sorry. We got up into we were up into the not double digits this time, which triple digits. Well, we were triple digits, but we weren't over 110. I think.
Yeah, we only got up to, I think the top was like 107, and then they were debating whether it was like 107 or 105, and I was like, at that point, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's odd, there's a difference between 199, and there's a difference between 109 and 110 or 110. It's just there's a big difference, and it's probably just psychological, but it's a big difference.
Yep.
So yeah, oh God, and I just, all I'm hoping for is that we don't get another 2-week like we did last year. That thing was crazy.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Keep my fingers crossed that don't happen.
Yep. All righty. So, go. All right. Well, some celebrity news. Well, it turns out that the Real Housewife of New York's Jenna Lyons reveals the devastating way that she was outed as a lesbian. During the July 23rd episode of Real Housewives of New York, Jenna Lyons revealed the moment she discovered she was attracted to women. Plus, she shared how she was outed by the press. What's interesting is, well, I don't know if it's that interesting, but I'll share anyway. So our Timothy, he was posted a picture of them and was talking about dramas. And so I jokingly commented and said, I forget, which one are you again? And he wrote back and said, blah, 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 and I said, oh, I thought you were the lesbian. And I was talking about the one in the middle that obviously looked like a big lesbian. Not that I was knocking it. I thought it was cool. And then it turned out it was she really was a lesbian. I had no idea. So yeah, I don't think she was exactly hiding it as well as she thought.
Well, and I love, fame whores that try to claim that the press is, picking on them. It's just, to me, it's always like, oh, okay, when you're walking the line and you're talking the talk, and then someone says something, you go, oh, you outed me. It's like, Really?
Did
Okay.
they? Did they?
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, it's not like, I mean, the press legitimately picks on poor Harry and his wife, but you know, I don't know, Jenna. I think you no, anyway. So next up, of course, the Oscars will be different going forward. New inclusivity rules for eligibility for Best Picture nominees. One, having a lead or significant supporting character from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. Number two, having a main storyline that focuses on an underrepresented group. Or three, at least 30% of the cast must come from underrepresented groups, be it ethnic, LGBTQ+, disabled, etc. They make me vomit, said Richard Dreyfuss as he praised Laurence Olivier's 1967 performance in Othello in blackface. Am I being told that I will never have a chance to play a black man? Richard, girl.
Well, I don't
The
know what.
last shred of respect I had for you just kind of went out the
Well, no,
window.
that doesn't bother me half as much as some of these rules. I mean, what's going to
Tell me,
okay.
talk to me.
Well, no,
You're
it's
the big
just
expert.
it's just, you're making a movie about
Yes.
I don't know. Let's say you're making a movie about well, you can't do that because that would be okay then. You're just making a movie that took place where there were no black people, no Indian people, no Mexican people, gay and lesbian people weren't out yet. And I'm not saying, well, it's a white cast, and it's about a white cast that didn't have any, they were all white people. It's a Swedish movie, and they're going to get excluded because they don't want to throw in, oh, well, it's hard. I mean, if it's a major motion picture that takes place in current times, there's not a problem with that for me. I get that. You can easily swap out supporting characters, major supporting characters, with people of color or sexuality or whatever. And I'm cool with that. But I think, you're going to run into some problems if you're going to do like the Roman era, and then all of a sudden you're going to have,
Well,
a guy in a wheelchair show up. I mean, but you understand, there's got to be
I
a
do
point.
understand what you're saying. I don't.
And then a major storyline dealing with an unrepresented group. Oh, so we're going to have an extra, 20 minutes in the movie about somebody that nobody watching the movie cares about? Because we're here to watch Spartacus, not,
Yeah, but honestly, if that's not the best, because they had the Roman Empire spanned like a shit ton, and they had a shit ton of
I
slaves.
get that. I get
They
that.
have a whole bunch of people. But when you're talking about the Swedish thing or something like that,
Or,
then
the
I can't.
Japanese film, does it mean that everybody in the movie
Oh,
is
that it's just clued in. No,
they're
that's
misrepresented? So, okay, fine. So this is strictly a thing against white people.
I don't know. I mean, I really
I mean, I'm the first person that, I mean,
it's tough.
you can take my plays, any of my plays, and turn them into whatever you want to as far as casting wise.
Right.
And I'm fine. I'm fine with that, and that's kind of how I write. I rarely write
Right.
in,
So
oh,
the
this
characters
is
can
a
be
black
whoever.
character.
Yeah.
This is a white character. I don't, nor I actually I don't think I've ever done that. But and then also saying that, what was the third one? 30% of the cast must be underrepresented. Well, that's great if the storyline, I think there's just certain storylines that you're going to be fucked with, and that it's only okay because, like, I'm thinking about Roma. Remember, that was that lovely movie made from Mexico, and it would be okay because everyone's underrepresented. But do you count it? Is it underrepresented in Mexico, or is just underrepresented in the eyes of white Americans?
Mm,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The whole thing makes me, I don't know. It's weird. This is like saying that to the point of where, oh, well, if you've got a gay character, then you're going to have to give Neil Patrick Harris a call because you have to have a gay actor playing a gay part. And then we're getting into another ugliness. And I love the fact that they're asking people to do more of this, but I think excluding, a movie about, I can't think of anyone in history right now, no one that was all based in a white community that I could do this without sounding like I'm some kind of racist. So I'm just going to stop talking.
Yeah, it's a very tough subject because I see what they're trying to do. I see that they are encouraging more diversity and telling people, hey, you need to step it up and represent. And I'm all for that. But I'm just not sure that this is necessarily the right way to go with it.
I agree. That's what I'm trying to get across. Like, for instance, now, if you have an entire black cast, is this you're done?
Well,
and how long is it going to be before you're going to have white actors going, okay, so I'm not getting a chance at anything anymore because I've got to, all my parts are being changed to be, a black character or a Hispanic character or an Asian character.
Well, all I have to say to that is welcome to the historical club, bub. Now you know how it feels.
Okay.
I mean, I'm being flippant a little bit,
I
but
know.
Here's the thing. When I watched, I'll talk about it in a little bit. I'll talk about Transformers, Rise of the Beasts. They had a Latino and a black lead playing against machines. Didn't faze me one damn bit. I thought it was a fucking awesome movie. If you're putting it in, if it's, I don't know, I'm all for the diversity. I love it, but I'm just saying I'm not sure this is the right way to.
Right. I agree.
And that's it. Yeah. Okay. But Richard Dreyfuss, you're a doof. All right. We did have some deaths coming up. Oh, I'm sorry. They already happened.
Thank you. Hey, you should have let Tony Bennett know that he wasn't dead yet.
Yeah. So, yeah, speaking of Tony Bennett, the velvet-voiced, impeccably elegant crooner who ruled America's mid-century musical landscape, died on July 21st at 96 following a battle with Alzheimer's disease. They've made some, on the onset of Alzheimer's, they've made some really good advancements, and they just approved a new drug treatment that is supposed to help kind of stave it off at least some. Anyway, also Nick Bennett, the daytime Emmy-nominated actor best known for his roles on All My Children and Days of Our Lives, died July 14th at 77. Now, Tom wants to talk to you about.
Oh, well, it was a week. It had a lot of finales, and which is leaving me with
nothing to watch.
Little left.
Oh wait, let me say, it's leaving you with only 50 shows to watch instead of 75.
No, I don't have that many shows. I mean, there are shows I could be watching, but shows I don't want to watch at the same time. Let's see. You're going to be talking about that. Drag Me to Dinner, saw the final episode of that. The party was themed Big Top, Big Bottom. Okay, so it was supposed to be a circus or freak show thing, and that's what they did. And it was, and remember the drag queen from San Francisco that just died recently, the older drag queen?
Helinka?
Yeah, she was featured in that episode.
Oh.
And she looked great. She was hilarious. Although they said this was filmed like 6 months before. But still, she looked great. She was funny. Finished up Glamorous on Netflix. Good, it was a good season finale. It was fine. Left us with some questions, and now Netflix has to bring it back for a second season. With cliffhangers and stuff. So hopefully, finished The Bear. That was the whole second season was just them prepping to go from a cheesesteak, basically not cheesesteak. It's just a sandwich steak shop to being a 5-star Michelin kind of restaurant. So they were everyone in there had, well, not everyone, but a lot of people had experience in there, but ended up just getting a job at the sandwich shop, and they said, hey, let's go ahead and try something different. I would never open a restaurant. That's all I have to say. We'll see. Fubar, which is Arnold's Netflix series, finished that. That was good. Coming back for season 2 already. Finished Black Mirror. The last episode was kind of interesting because it felt a lot like the knock on the woods in the cabin door.
Oh, yeah.
So it was good. Really enjoyed that. I love the series. Just love the series. Great food truck race. We're down to the final 2 teams, and it was interesting because on the last episode that they had, we were down to the last 3, and one the vegan truck had won 3 of the 4 different contests. So everyone just assumed, okay, well, they're in it. Now we just have to see who's going to win of the 2 other teams. Well, one of the other teams did win $200, one of the competitions, but they ended up coming in first place. So they made that much more money than the vegan team did, who has been either 1 or 2 the whole time, until the one that was always number 1 ended up losing. Anyway, it was shocking to see that the team that came in first place when you thought that they might be going home. So that was kind of fun. It was good. So far it's been fun. The Righteous Gemstones last night's episode was that the bad guys had kidnapped the 3 kids, John Goodman's 3 kids, and threatened to kill them if they didn't pay a ransom for the kids. And he refused to pay them, and then they found out where they were, and they made a big rescue of the kids, and it was a good episode. It was a lot of fun, except now that they've left the cousin and the militia, and I know they're going to do something big because they stole a bunch of fertilizer, and you know what that makes.
Oh yeah.
So from there, on Claim to Fame, already on the second season, we know Eddie Murphy relative, Tom Hanks relative, Neil deGrasse Tyson relative, but it looks like there may be a Donny Osmond relative because, well, it looks like Donny Osmond. So I'm
the Osmonds, they look like the Osmonds.
Yeah. So that seems easy, and one of the clues was puppy love. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Then then there's what sounds like somebody associated with Jimmy Carter, because they had Peanut, and it was Nobel Prize. So that sounds like Jimmy Carter.
It could also sound like Charles Schulz.
He never won a Nobel Prize.
Oh, all right.
He might have won some other prizes.
Pulitzer?
Yeah, maybe. Or one of those writing ones.
Yeah.
But he could have won a Nobel Peace Prize. Actually, it could have happened. But anyway, then somebody is associated with Good Burger. So I don't know if it's which one of the guys from Good Burger's brother and or son or something this is, or nephew, or who cares. So anyway, but I'm really loving this show. It's kind of sad. Oh, actually, no, Dolly Parton was last season, right? Yeah, Dolly was last season. Or maybe it was this season. Was it? No, that was. I'm confused. I'm watching them back to back, and it gets confusing, girl. Uh, let's see. Looking down, I did want to let people know that Till, the story about the young man that was killed, the black man that was killed when he went to visit relatives because he eyeballed a white woman and they lynched him, and that movie is now available on Prime. There's a new show on Hulu called Adam Richman Eats the 80s. Now, if you remember, Adam Richman was the one who did Man versus Food back on Food Channel back.
Oh, yeah.
And then after he finished doing that, I think he had a heart attack and then he lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And then, he went from like 300 pounds to 160 pounds. Well, he's back up to about 280 now. So,
he looked better.
And he's funny again. He's funny again. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I always thought he was so cute.
Yeah. And then let's see. I watched on Hulu. There's a show called Imagine Dragons. It's a concert video.
Yes, I love them.
Yeah, well, I don't know them well enough to know any of the songs in the first half, so I'm not finishing it.
Oh.
And a lot of it was him just talking about how much he loves Vegas and how much he loves it just was like, shut up and sing a song I know.
Yeah, no, it is. I have only recently, in the last like 3 or 4 years, really figured out who the hell they are and really love them. They're pretty cool.
I mean, I like their music. It's fine, but it's not. It's like
it doesn't float your boat.
You got to get me some songs I know.
Yeah, I got it. I get it.
Yeah. Let's see.
I would totally agree.
Okay, 3 movies this week. 80 for Brady. That's Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin.
Oh yeah. Jane Fonda. I confused that with something else. I want to see that one.
Yeah, it's a little bit too goofy.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see 4 old broads getting work. So I'm happy with that. And Bodies, which is on Prime, and it is actually, it may be Paramount Plus now that I think it's on one of those things. And it's Pete Davidson is the only, Pete Davidson, you also have the cute guy Lee Pace. He's in it.
Oh, he's on our team too.
I know. What happens is a bunch of people are at a house, and they're caught in a hurricane at the house. It's a mansion, so they're going to be safe. It's just they can't get out. They lose power, and then people start showing up dead.
As you do.
Yeah. So, and it was, I would say for the most part, not very good.
Oh.
A lot of dark scenes, a lot of screaming, too many drugs. Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay. And yes, there is too many drugs. There's something called too many drugs.
Okay. Wondering.
Then finally, I saw Barbie this weekend.
Did she go party?
I'm sorry?
Did she go party? Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's okay. It's a Barbie song. It's way after your melee.
Well, I mean, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
There you go. It's that song.
Plastic. Yeah. It's fantastic.
That's the one.
But you know what? The movie, not fantastic for me.
Oh.
I mean, I think I really wanted to love it too much, and it didn't meet my expectations.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, well, no, actually, I can name you off half a dozen things I hated about the movie.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what I did love about it. Margot Robbie was fantastic.
Oh, good.
Wrapped in plastic. No, she really was. And my favorite line in the movie, and I can't remember it exactly, I'm paraphrasing, but at one point Barbie is so upset and she feels ugly and unhappy, and I'm blah blah blah, and I'm the ugliest Barbie in the world, and then the narrator Helen Mirren goes, a note to the filmmakers: you can't say that when Margot Robbie is Barbie. Okay, go on. And it's and like I said, I can't remember it. what exactly the line was, but it made me laugh so hard because I hate when you see like in movies where you have like a Brad Pitt looking in a mirror going, "Why are you so ugly?" And it's
Uh-huh.
oh God. Or actually, perfect example is when you got guys online who are 185 pounds talking about how they're chubs.
Oh, right.
And they're 5'10", 5'11", and okay, you're not a chub,
Yeah, you can see
fucker.
abs and ribs. I'm
Yeah.
chubby. Fuck you.
Okay. And what do we watch together? Well, let's look.
Oh, we
Okay.
watched the finale of
RuPaul's Drag Race.
8. Yes. And it was fun. It was a very fun show. And are you happy with the winner?
I was absolutely happy with the winner.
So was I. I thought it was. I think we've said before. Well, this is a spoiler show, so if you don't want to know yet, just skip ahead a couple little minutes here. Uh, so Jimbo won. It, as we had said, it was his to lose, and he didn't do it. But I thought I would have been happy with Candy too.
Well, the thing I thought was interesting about Candy, and I think this is what Rue was thinking too,
Mm.
was she was doing the best she could to win that.
Mm.
And it was, but you still had to go back and go, okay, go back and look at what Jimbo won for. The different places. He
Mhm.
may be a clown, but it's remember Edie Oddly when she won? I mean,
Yeah.
she's a freak. So you can't just go, okay, she's not pretty and she's not, not pretty enough, and she's not pageanty enough. These people are who they are. They've
Yeah.
got their character, they've got their show. And the good thing is that both the first and the winner, first place and the winner, both are going to have specials that are going to be put on through RuPaul's company,
Yes.
and have their own specials where they're going to be able to introduce themselves to the world as, well, the two things that they're there for. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's nice to see that, they're going to get a little payoff somewhere down the line.
And actually, I think she's here this week. Candy is here this week.
Yeah, and Jimbo is here next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just boom, boom, boom with them. The last
now, have you ever seen when they bring in the queens like this before?
Oh gosh, did I? I think that they started bringing that in like right after I left that scene. I
Yeah.
mean, RuPaul was there, and I remember her writer contract, which let me tell you, girl, she is rightly so, but an interesting diva to have to deal with her writers.
Right. Well, I went and saw Willem when Willem was here,
Oh, that's right.
and it was crowded,
Hmm.
and all I saw were cell phones in front of me filming Willem on stage,
Yeah.
and I could barely see Willem
You know what?
because
That reminds me. So Nephi actually brought this up. Uh, he went to see Brian Adams and Joan Jett in concert, and Brian, there was the generation that is out there now going to concerts. Almost all of them have their cell phones recording at some point or another, right?
right.
Well, there was one guy that was like front row right down there, and he had his cell phone up for like several songs or something. And Brian finally just turned to him and said, "Are you gonna record? Are you just gonna, like watch your cell phone? Or are you just gonna record the entire time?" It's kind of like, I'm right here. Take, take advantage of it. But
Well,
also that reflects on Brian's time period where people went to see a show, not just sit there and record it on their phone.
did you hear Miranda Lambert what she did?
I think you mentioned it before.
I did. Well, I mentioned it yesterday.
Yeah.
What she did, what happened was she got upset because there were people taking selfies of themselves during her concert, and she's in the background, of course, but they're taking pictures of instead. I mean, here you are, and as she said, you paid $750 for your seat, and you're taking pictures of yourself.
Right. Yeah.
And oddly enough, it's and okay, Miranda, they're paying $750. If they want to cut each other up, let them do it. You just made a bunch of money. But secondly, it's like, if they're making a big enough spectacle of themselves that it's distracting to the performer, that's a problem as well. So I think, when I went to see Cher in Vegas, people filmed the whole concert from the nosebleeds. But you know what they were filming? They were filming the TV screens.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, whatever. And I agree. I agree with what Bryan Adams said, which is, you go to these concerts and it's okay. There's a wonderful scene in Home for the Holidays where the character of Tommy, who's played by Robert Downey Jr., we find out that he got married to his partner, his male lover,
right,
on a beach with just a few friends. There were no pictures taken.
Yeah.
There was nothing but just those people there at the time. And that's kind of how I did my wedding, if you remember. Yeah. And so it was always like, concerts for me were always that way. I might, if you want something from the concert, go get a fucking t-shirt or a program.
Yeah.
But you're holding up your camera and all I see is your camera.
Yeah.
That is piss me off and my $750. And shame on people for paying $750 to see anybody. As I told Brian yesterday, if Judy Garland was back from the dead, I would pay $750 to go see her in concert.
Right. But at the same time, paying that much, you can't really blame the person who wants to see that person in concert so bad, but the fucking ticket people and everything that allow that type of gouging to go on. It's
the gouging. I mean, those
ridiculous.
But there's gouging, and that's already those are normal ticket prices nowadays.
Well, for some of them, for up close, yes. In fact, I've been looking at more concerts because, like, I'm going to see Pink in concert in October, and the section that we are like off to the side and kind of back a little bit, so we'll actually be seeing like the corner of the stage and seeing her almost from behind, and it was still like $200 a ticket.
Yeah,
for that section, and you're going to be obscured. But I agree. The whole. I understand if you are there, you want to take a minute of phone footage or whatever as a memory, and I get it. But a minute. Other than that, you're missing out on the fucking experience right in front of you.
Right. I agree. And that's the problem.
If you just want to take it home and watch it from home after being there, just watch it from home. So watch somebody else's footage from home for free. Anyway, okay. So all that aside, yay, Jimbo, you rocked. All right, Bachelorette. So this was the episode where they all went into the woods, and there was just more Braden drama. So much Braden drama. You are caught up on this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, first of all, the first one they did was she went out with that idiot, and then bungee jumped.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think Rotund or whatever is Doughton. Anyway, I don't think he's an idiot. But yeah, the whole bungee jumping thing. Okay, whatever.
But they jumped together. Oh, we jumped together. Oh, ugh.
Yeah, well, they've got to do romantic things. It's part of the show.
It's not romantic. Throwing yourself off a bridge together is not romantic. It's suicide. It's ridiculous. Okay.
It's how far will you go for me?
And then
especially they knew that that was his biggest, one of his big fears, so that's one of the reasons they wanted to do it. Because you look around, it didn't seem to be a big jump off site for anyone else. There weren't other people waiting in line. It was just for
yeah,
them.
there were.
Oh, there were. I didn't see any other people waiting.
There were other people, a lot of other people there.
I did not see that. Oh well, I'm not.
Okay, then I'm probably wrong.
No, you're probably right, and I just didn't notice.
Yeah, because you're probably not even watching the show. I know how you watch TV. You watch TV like this. Oh yeah.
So then we had the Braden drama, and it reminded me that I believe he's a plant. I believe that he's there simply to they brought him in, said, look, we'll give you money to do this. All you got to do is cause as much drama and be as weird and everything as you can possibly be. And he was. Otherwise, why the fuck would he come back?
Yeah, I don't
know.
It
was for nothing. I mean, if they had gotten in a big fight, if they had whatever they were going to do, but no, all he did was go back there and go, after being all, I'm going to bust through these doors and I'm going to do this. And all he did is say, I'm sorry. Whatever. I think he was fake.
Okay.
Anyway, so who's your favorite so far?
Well, it used to be Charity, but not anymore.
Oh, why is that?
I don't like this show at all. Really? It's all ugly. I don't like most of the guys. I don't like. It's just it's negative. She's and if oh God, and all I just can't have a party now. I'm too upset. Okay, fuck you. Go home.
Yeah, I still think that's like
the whole thing. I don't mind having some drama. The Braden stuff doesn't bother me half as much as her flailing around the damsel in distress bullshit.
Well, I don't get that. What I get is she goes from being all, I'm so excited, this is my forever person is here. And she's like a normal, rational person. And then somebody comes and says something to her and she goes like full on like, oh, hell no.
It just reminds me too much of Boy Meets Boy when they did the thing on Mad TV.
Goes running around like crazy.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It just seems like it's high drama for no fucking reason.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, I think.
No, it's different. It's different than it's normally been, and we expected more from her. Or I did.
I will say that I do expect her because I think that she's a very classy person. So when I do see her going all, it's like, come on.
Exactly.
But
that's what
she's also, but she's got to play the part. This is a TV show. She's got to play into it.
Well, which is what they, should have told Braden before he acted the way he did. And why would the producers let him come back in there? Because they want drama.
I swear he's paid to just cause drama.
Yeah, I don't think he's paid, but boy, they casted him well.
Either that or they've got a whisperer who's probably sitting there going, hey, you know what? This is what you should do. And then get him to do it. No.
Yeah, and the fruit festival was boring.
Oh yeah, that part I was and the little girl stuff was kind of funny, I guess. But
except Braden was there being a dick.
And they called him on it too. The little girls were all like, he's weird. Anyway. All right. Yeah, I think my favorite right now is the blonde guy.
Ugh.
And it's only because I can barely remember any of the others except for so the other guy, the kind of white guy, I can't remember his name, but he's a tall, white, kind of stays in the background, but he's still there. Tanner's his name. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually was starting to think that maybe he was going to be one of the final three. But then when I looked up his name, spoiler alert, he's not. So, yeah. Anyway, I know, right?
No. Why are you spoiling it for us? Because we get
Oh, no,
spoiled.
no. I see. I didn't think that
Well,
was a
something that
spoiler
never happened yet that we
because
know.
he's just there. He's just another filler guy.
Yeah, another filler guy who's not going to make it to the top 3.
Right.
Thanks.
That's okay. You got
I'll
plenty.
just avoid the
Plenty
next
more
2
to
episodes until we get to the top 2.
All right. Well, meanwhile, you can still watch Marvel's Secret Invasion. Are you caught up on this?
Yes.
Okay. So, the show is finally kind of gelling and getting good for me. I'm enjoying it. I love Olivia Colman. I love that her character is being on screen more. Um, she just plays it so wonderfully well. But other than that, I don't really have anything to report from it. Do you?
No, I know we're down to, isn't it? Is it just 1 episode left?
I think so. And I'm like, you better wrap this shit up, people, because either that or they'll be like, and on part 2 of this season, because other shows have been doing that.
Just 1.
The wrong one. Anyway, I think
It starts this week.
Oh, does it? I didn't hear
Yeah.
anything. Okay, I didn't hear about that.
Well, it said that, it was going to be the 27th when they shut it off after, join us on the July 27th for the end of the season.
Well, I guess at that point, it's
And they even have
so
a
long
trailer
later.
for it. They have a trailer that's out of right now, which
I
makes
don't think okay.
the second half looks real good, by the way.
I hope so. I mean, I actually liked the first half better than the other seasons, but it needed to do something. All right. Anything else that we watched together?
I guess not. You don't have it on the list.
Yeah, I because most of it ended, all that fun Top Chef stuff. All right. Well, I got to watch some more Young Sheldon. I'm about halfway through season 5, and it's still a wonderful show. I'm always blown away by the way that they take the directions of some of their characters. It's unexpected. It's against formula, but I'm liking it. So, and then I watched And Just Like That, caught up on the 2 episodes that I was behind. And it is such a good show, and it is so well written. And the criticisms I'm hearing about it are, I really like the show, but it's so 1%. It's just rich people. Yeah, I'm dealing with the poor people. I don't necessarily care about not. I don't need to be reflected in the show. It's fucking fantasy. It's a it's a woman who somehow makes money off of podcasting, and her rich husband died and left her a shit ton of money. I'm okay with that. I want to watch some rich people problems because
Yeah, but will it get nominated for Best Picture?
oh yes, that is an extremely diverse cast. In fact,
I know. Well, they've got it's all women, mostly women cast, and then a lot of gay characters. So
yeah,
and dates.
and Charlotte's husband in a wig. But I mean, they've got 2 intersex characters.
We don't care.
They've got
We don't need the list.
Miranda is a lesbian. She just got dumped by 2 people in one show. Anyway, it's I love it. It's a really, really good, fun show. So anyway, then I went on to watch Jack Ryan season 4. I made it through 5 episodes. This season actually is much better than the seasons before. Not that the other seasons weren't well done, but I had such a hard time following the storylines because they were just, like, oh, I'll be right there, and 5 minutes later they're on the other side of the world. Oh, I just popped in. um, the show is like actually making more sense. So I've got, I think, 3 more episodes, maybe 5. I'm not sure, but it's good. And of course, John Krasinski is just a beautiful man. But so
If you like that look.
what? I do. I like him in The Office when he's a big doofy guy, and I like him in this where he is a big muscle guy.
Well, I did like him in that The Quiet Place with the beard.
Yeah. Oh, and I wish he'd grow his beard back, or at least more facial growth than he's got right now. Yeah. But anyway, then I watched Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, not Ride of the Beasts, but Rise of the Beasts, and it was good.
Damn it, Nephi.
What?
I'm just wondering how you watched it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Anyway, but yeah, I watched it and it's really fun. I was expecting after the last couple Transformer movies that just fell so flat for me. This one was really good. It was fun. It was fast paced. The lore and stuff is a little silly, and like you have all sorts of questions like, how can a thing of mechanics actually be a planet, and why did they like nature when should the anyway? There's all sorts of questions that can pop into mind, but who cares? It was a fun ride. So if you like fun action, definitely good summer movie. And then I watched The Flash, the 2003 movie, The Flash. And I hesitated to because of the whole Ezra Miller thing. I just do not like him much. I'm sorry. I do not like them much. Uh, but the movie was actually fun. Once I didn't like the first 30 minutes. I just felt it was like too cartoonish, and they had the character being too goofy and too silly and too flighty and getting into all sorts of silly stuff and making a bunch of mistakes. And then he does what he does, and he goes to the other place where he meets his self in a different form, and then that character becomes the doofy one, and suddenly he is an adult and knows what he's doing and not making any mistakes anymore. Haha. But whatever. It was full of nostalgia. I don't want to spoil any of that. It had a decent storyline. The effects were good. Once I got over the Ezra Miller thing, I actually liked it. Supergirl was fucking amazing. Yeah,
I thought the whole thing was fun. Fun.
I will agree with you. After the first 30 minutes, it was fun. It really was. So there you go. All right, moving on from there. Well, okay, wait, before I do, I need to throw out in my week. So mother's surgery is coming up next week, and we've been on the go, getting appointments and everything else wrapped up and everything, and she's doing well. And then today we found out that in October she's going to have cataract surgery. So lots of stuff going on here. And I just want to say that I don't know if any of them listen, but there's a few people who've been very supportive and really wanting to step up and help out, knowing our situations and everything. And I just want to send them a lot of love and thanks for that. It means a lot. Alrighty, Rue. Well, let's jump into some advice, and this comes from Miss Manners. Dear Miss Manners, I'm often flummoxed by some people's gall, but this situation, in my humble opinion, takes the cake. I'm sad to say it came from a dear friend living several states away. Her college-age daughter, whom I've never met, is doing a semester abroad in a major European city. My friend posted on social media asking all her friends, over 200 of them, to help celebrate the daughter's birthday by sending her money electronically, along with a birthday greeting. This was to make the birthday special and keep her from feeling homesick. She included her daughter's handle on this public forum. Well, several people, including me, simply posted a birthday greeting comment on the friend's page, while others commented that they had sent money to the daughter. Let me stress, this is not a financially strapped family or deprived student. Quite the contrary. They live in an affluent community in a large metropolis. Seems like a tacky money grab for a privileged daughter. So I'm so sad that this bold request has now clouded the way I feel towards my friend. I could understand asking people to send a birthday greeting on the daughter's account, but requesting money? Oh, it just seems over the top to me. Am I off base?
Girl, welcome to the real world. Well, it's like what we had a few weeks ago. Oh, I got a text that didn't even say, hello, how are you doing? I am fine. And sincerely yours at the end. It's like, come on, people. Well, obviously you're not on Facebook much if you've never seen anybody request money for a situation, go fund me or whatever. So
Well, yeah, especially with
right. So I mean it's out there. So I mean if you're shocked only because you don't get out enough. You know what? And the whole thing is she's not holding you for this. It's if you don't want to send any, money, don't send any money. That's fine. You're not going to get a mean phone call or a mean text later from them. So just get over it. If you think it's irritating, it is irritating. But you know what? It's over now. You've made it worse by extending this any further than you have. Just get over it and move on.
Yeah, I mean, I see some wealthy folks online that are always hitting up for something or other or I don't donate. I just say happy birthday or, what a great project or something. And
sending you good thoughts.
I don't
thoughts and prayers.
Right. There you go. Exactly. But this is just like, girl, who cares? And this is tainted the way that they feel about their friend. Well, obviously she wasn't that much of a friend in the first place then. So I don't know. I think you're just kind of overstepping. Now, see, this to me, this isn't As You Like It or Just Like That. And what the fuck is the name of the show? And Just Like That. This is a problem that they would have. This is like a Charlotte letter.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, you know what? Someone should ask this woman, or the woman who's like posed this to all her friends, try that in a small town.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I don't even, dear. All right. Well, let's see what Miss Manor had to say to people in the big town. Nothing cures homesickness like a newly fattened bank account. Miss Manners. True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Manners agrees that it is unseemly. Yes, it is unseemly for solvent people to beg. You were more than generous sending your well wishes, and are understandably less enthusiastic about the friendship now. If this girl is being taught that money will cheer her up on a birthday, a future graduation or wedding may make her downright lachrymose in order to continue cashing in. Anyway, yeah, okay. That was a big word, isn't it? I don't know if I've seen that one before. Okay. Hey, Chubs. Timothy asks, on average, approximately how many tabs do you have open on your computer during a single session?
One.
Okay. I normally make it so that my tabs don't close, and I would say that I could have up to 20 to 24 tabs open, and they just pop back up when I close it because I want them to stay open to remind myself that I'm doing something on that page. However, recently I found this, if you're using Firefox, I found this absolutely amazing plugin called Stash. What is it called? It's called Tab Stash. And all you have to do is click the Tab Stash button and it will pull every single one of your open tabs onto one page in a list. And then you can break it up into like different categories and things like that. And so that you just have like a web page that has all the links to all the pages and everything that you're working on.
I guess I have two because I have the email that leads me to the WoW. So I have two.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so that's it. That's what I do. And if you have Firefox, Tab Stash is one of them. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. Hey Chubbs, Timothy asks, what's your Subway order?
It is the BL, it's not BLT, BL, it's the Italian one, the Italian meats.
Oh,
So,
yeah, okay. Like,
yeah, the Italian meats with the Parmesan cheese bread. I want both mayonnaise on the bread, onions, and then I also want the vinegar and oil over the meat because it really brings out the yummies in the meat. And lettuce and tomato on that one. A lot of times I don't do lettuce and tomato, depends on what I'm eating, but that one needs the freshness to kind of cut the heavy meats. But that's all I get.
Well, I imagine that probably when Nephi heard this, he probably did a spit take into whatever he might be sipping in at the time. Because at one point he had said that he went to Subway and I had sent him back a barf emoji. And, well, that caused quite a rift between us for a while. I don't know why. But anyway, I know he's sensitive. But, and so I had to take back that emoji because I don't want to Subway shame anyone. It's just, it's not my favorite. But if I'm going to do a Subway, I used to do a hot pastrami and Swiss with mayo and mustard and on white, and that's it. No produce, no anything like that. But these days I probably just do like a turkey and Swiss with mayo mustard on white, nothing else.
Yeah, I first of all, I wouldn't go to Subway. I would go to Togo's.
See, Togo's is my favorite, but yeah.
Togo's, I'd go there and I'd get a hot pastrami with mustard and no anything else.
Oh, see, I'm a creature of habit. At Togo's, I will get a large cold 7, which is a roast beef and Swiss with everything but pepperoncinis, and I'll get it on a wheat bread. Yeah, but yeah, Subway. All right. Thank you so much for those questions, Timothy. And let's see. What's in your lunchbox, Tom?
Well, I've got a pizza from Mr. Moose.
Ooh, I love pizza from Mr. Moose.
And I don't like the olives, but I can pick them off because they don't leave a taste. But that looks, the one, oh God, that one in the back looks good too. I kind of like the meatballs. I've never seen meatballs on pizza.
I think that's a very Italian thing, but I don't know.
Like an East Coast thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Heather actually made homemade pizza for us for on Thursday, and it was really good. I ain't knocking it. But anyway, Mr. Moose sent in some pictures, and he said, we're having a pizza night. Hubby is a garbage pizza. Hubby's is a garbage pizza with almost everything. Mine just has sausage, olives, and mushrooms. Was good. Bonus is leftover pizza for breakfast. See, I love leftover pizza, but I know a lot of people that just don't. They won't touch it.
I'm not a big fan of cold pizza, but
I don't mind it.
leftover is fine. I just I want it warm. Cheese needs to be melted. I don't like cheese.
Melted cheese is good. Also, after yard work, stopped into Quiznos for a sandwich. Oh, here's another sandwich. Needed to go somewhere that didn't require a shower. I know, gross. Well, sometimes. Anyway, traditional sub, roast beef, turkey, ham, ranch dressing, veggies, side of cheddar broccoli soup. That sounds good.
Look at the sauce. It looks like it's like a special mayo or aioli or something.
Aioli, yeah.
But
It does look like a special sauce, all right.
You're filthy. You are filthy.
No, it does look like a special sauce, yeah.
Yeah, like a kind of sauce.
Yeah. Anyway, but thank you so much, Mr. Moose. And the cheddar looks good too, that soup.
I'm looking forward to winter and more soup time because I make a lot of soups and I can't do it during the summertime. It's too warm.
Yeah, if I do, I make more of a broth soup.
And speaking of that, our microwave died.
Oh no.
Yeah, try living without a microwave for a few weeks. It is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, we've got one coming, but it's not coming until the 9th, I think.
Why? You should have ordered it from Walmart. They'll have it here the next day.
They won't hook it up for you.
Oh, is yours like some special one that you have to have hooked up?
It's over the hood. You know,
gotcha.
It's over the stove. It's got the vent and stuff on it. So it's probably easy to do, but God, the fight we'll get into doing it, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah. So I actually heated up bacon bits for my salad on the stove.
That is horrible. You are like living in dinosaur times, sir.
I know. It was terrible. And now we've got to go, okay, well, what do we want to eat and for dinner? And it's like, okay, what do we not need the microwave for? And it's like all the vegetable, we cook all of our vegetables by microwave first, and then I'll put them in a pan sometimes and sear them later. I cooked green beans in the air fryer yesterday. Green beans in the air fryer. Actually, they were really good.
You had a little panko?
No, I added a little habanero smoky spice, and that turned out really nice. But in the microwave, I would have had those done in 3 seconds. Well, 3 minutes.
Right.
And they would have been right from the microwave to the plate. So, but okay.
Speaking of microwaves to the plates, we got a little fun stuff here from Mr. Baron Frosty.
Yes.
And he writes in, he says, I was having a bad day at work, so I treated myself to Cheesecake Factory for lunch. Got chicken chipotle with angel hair pasta and pineapple upside down cheesecake. That sounds interesting.
No, it all sounds good. I just hate the Cheesecake Factory, but this looks good.
Both were delish, but only ate about a third of each.
Well, that's still at least 2,000 calories.
Oh, okay. I'll give you that then.
Yeah.
I brought it home and will enjoy again as leftovers. That makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah, that's like when you get Chinese food. You know you've got at least 2 meals with Chinese food.
Well, you're gonna need it. Those meals come about half an hour later. Well, it's not the old, you're hungry in half an hour. It's just that I'm okay. Anyway, that cheesecake looks mighty good. Mighty good.
Yeah, moving on. I want to see what's in these tacos.
Okay, well, thank you for sending that in, Baron.
Thank you.
Okay, Michael Sage wrote in and said, homemade fresh guac and a quesadilla. And so that's literally what it is. So, so the first part, these are vegetarian tacos. So you have your guac and you have your beans and rice there, and some thing in the middle. I don't know.
But that looks like chicken or fish.
I know it does, doesn't
And
it?
I
But
see,
I'm sure
the one that looks like ground beef, I know what that is, but
right.
this other one's confusing me. So.
It is, and he didn't make a note of what exactly that was, so I will have to ask. But it looks to me like a big shrimp or fish or something.
Right. But the guacamole is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely. It is. And then the next picture is the homemade guac that he just made. And I just love homemade guacamole if it's done right. And then, of course,
You know
there's
what? I like anything if it's done right.
well, I don't know. Anyway, and then next up is, of course, the homemade quesadilla that he made with a little sour cream and that red stuff, salsa. Yeah. Anyway, beautiful pictures, everybody. Thank you so much for sending them in. And you can find those over at ChubsGoneWild.com. No. Hold on. At Facebook.com/ChubsGoneWild. You can find those pictures, and it's definitely worth taking a look. And if you want to send in something, just send it to chubsgonewild@gmail.com. In the meantime, Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org. And find Tom's podcast, other podcast at swannerandjudd.com. Find my books at justkisstheguy.com. Find all our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yes, Queen. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you are having an absolutely wonderful week. Stay as cool as you can, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.